Hello! Yes, just in case you're yet to hear about Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast even for free. Let me explain. Anchor doesn't take a time from you to have a podcast unlike every other platforms. There are creation tools that would allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Most of the times, I make use of my phone. And guess what? It's easy and user-friendly. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you for free so it can be heard and heard on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Cast.fm, Castbox, and the likes. You can even make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, and it is everything you need to make a podcast just in one app, in one place. This is very important for you to do. Go to Play Store and download the free Anchor app, or go to anchor.fm on your web just to get started. Let me tell you, you wouldn't regret using Anchor.
Okay, welcome to the Society Now podcast, and it's your regular host Moses Nightingale. And first of all, I have to appreciate my audience. Thank you so much all over the world. In about 38 countries, I still counting. I really appreciate you. Without you, there wouldn't be a podcast like this. And thank you for the shares. Thank you for the likes and the likes. And today we will be having a very important discuss. Because tomorrow is Valentine and everywhere is Babylon, right? And some people, they've had their share of breakups, of healed treatments in relationships, and it's bringing about unnecessary emotional imbalance, turbulence in their personal lives. And there is a need to address this issue, and this is a societal issue. It is global. It's not restricted to certain cycle or individual. So I'm going to be hosting this show with another person. Her name is Tola. She's a lawyer. She's a property lawyer, and she's based in the United Kingdom and England, to be precise. Today we welcome our very own guest today. Miss Tola.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
So tell us more about yourself. Probably I missed a thing or so.
My name is Tola, you're right, and I have a law degree in I studied law in London. I live in London currently, and I specialize more in property law. I work as a conveyancer, and I also also a legal advisor for a startup company, as well as some other things I do on the side.
Oh, so that's actually what she does. In case you need a lawyer, just reach out to our Society and our podcast on the Facebook page and Instagram, or you can send a direct message from the podcast itself. And wow, so Tola, we're going to be taking on a very important discussion today, and it's emotional turbulence or exhaustion in a relationship that involves, we're talking about streets here, and it involves anybody. And emotions, they can play very vital and important role, and they influence how we think and behave. And with emotions we feel each day can compel us to take actions and influence the decisions we make about our lives, and both the little and the very large decisions. And in order to truly understand what emotion is, I think it's important to understand some critical components in emotions. That's talking about how we experience emotions, and how our bodies react to emotions, and how we behave in the process of in the response to emotions. So Tola,
yeah, I'm here.
So tell us about emotion. What do you understand personally about emotions?
Personally, I would say emotions are like your feelings. So things that you feel, the things that you feel, and your feelings can be about, you know, different things. It doesn't really have to be about love or anything. It can be a passion. It can be, it can be something you really, really like to do. It can be feelings towards somebody. Yeah, you can show emotions based on a lot of things.
Wow. Okay, so that's emotions for her. And most of the time, do you think the emotion stays in our head? You know, sometimes when we just feel down. Let's talk about stress. When we are stressed, directly or indirectly, affects our response to other people. Do you get me? So sometimes, okay, you have something to say about that?
I think, yeah, definitely. When you're stressed, you're obviously not going to act the way you act when you're not stressed. So I believe that stress plays a vital role in, you know, our daily communications, or, you know, daily interactions with people. If you're stressed, then you're not going to give that thing your all. You're not going to give it your best. You're just going to, you know, want to just do it. But when you're stressed and, you know, you're cool-headed, I think you'd want to give it your 100%, especially if that thing, if you have, you know, feelings for that person, or that thing means a lot to you, you're going to want to give it your all, your 100%.
Yeah, and you know, emotions can be short-lived too, and most of the time emotions are temporal. They are temporary, and so sometimes, like example, flash of annoyance at a co-worker or your colleague at work, or at your family or friend, or it could be long-lasting, you know, such as enduring sadness over the loss of a relationship. That's where we get an emotional breakdown. Understand? So today, let's just hit the nail on the head. We're talking about emotional exhaust or exhaustion in between both parties in a relationship. So we are trying to relay how the emotional exhaust of different party in a relationship can directly or indirectly influence the relationship. And there's something called emotional intelligence. Tola, you know about emotional intelligence, right? Tola, just tell us what you know about emotional. You are my guest today. You know, I don't know nothing today.
I thought you were going to tell us, you know,
come on,
about emotional intelligence.
I give you the privilege.
I think to me, I think emotional intelligence is knowing when to react, knowing what to do in a particular situation. Sometimes you can be upset, but you know, having to think that, oh, this is not the right time to, you know, fight this fight. Let me wait. I think that's emotional intelligence. I think if you can control the way you react to things, that shows emotional intelligence. Yeah.
Wow. Because whenever we mention intelligence, what comes to our mind is our gathering of information. Do you understand? Gathering of information for and sorting the information to be channeled so as to get certain facts. You know, in addition to what you said rightly, intelligence, emotional intel, is something like IQ, but different from IQ. But I think it's powerful even than IQ, because emotions has powers over your IQ. When you're low, sometimes you don't think straight. Yeah, I think when you're probably on the downside of you lost the person, God forbid, you lost when someone lost the relationship, heartbreaks and the likes, people don't seem to get themselves, even no matter how high their IQ might be. So they lost inspirations. So in other words, I just say emotional intelligence is a way of getting to know yourself, getting information and facts. You know, whatever is called intelligence is not what we just can know. We can't just wake up to it. We have to dig and discover So you discover about yourself, you discover what triggers what in you, you discover what makes certain reaction, what triggers certain reactions within you. And when you get to pinpoint some of those things, you think of a way of harnessing those reactions. Sometimes you need to curb some reactions, sometimes you need to just add fire to some reactions. You get what you understand what so even okay, you have something to say about that now?
No, I'm listening to you.
No, I'm just trying to explain, emphasize what you relate, and when you get to know yourself more, Tola, you get to understand how you react to people. You know when you are down, and you know when people are coming to you. Let's make, for example, we are inside example. And I come home from work, and you also came back from work. You understand? And we are both stressed. And if we understand each other and we understand ourselves, we know that it's not time for long discussion. Am I right?
Yeah.
So, what do you think two parties can do to manage emotional exhaust?
I think well, the scenario you've just explained, I think if you're coming, well, when you come back from work, your wife is back from work, you're both tired, obviously you won't want to go into a conversation that's going to stress you more. You're just going to want to chill. That's why it's good to be in a relationship with somebody that you feel really, really comfortable with, because if you guys are in the same room together and you don't say anything to each other, it will not feel awkward because you're both tired. You have to chill. You have to chill and let the person, come back to themselves. You want to come back to yourself, because if you decide to go into something that is going to stress you the more, you're obviously going to, it's not. It's the conversation is not going to be fruitful. It's not going to
come out well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I just.
Sorry for cutting you. I just want to quickly ask you that. Talking about decision making, do you think our emotions have a say over the way we make decisions too, even in life, business, finance, anything?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think our emotions definitely have a part in us making decisions in life. I think so. I believe so. Because let's take, for example, you apply for a job that you really, really, really want, and then you get an interview. Obviously, you're going to be so excited, and you're going to be, passionate about the interview. You're going to want to do that.
Something like that.
Yeah, so you're going to study hard, and you're going to make sure that this is the job I want. This is my dream job. So you're going to that feeling alone is going to make you want to do very well in your interview. So I believe emotion plays a part in our decisions in life.
Yeah. So emotional intelligence. So from what you've said is our ability. I'm just trying to draw a conclusion from what you actually said. So emotional intelligence, according to our guest today, Tola said, is our ability to actually understand, or in particular manage our emotions and the way we respond intelligently. Do you understand? And has been shown to play an important role in our decision making.
Yeah, so, there's a time and place for everything. If you know that, then you would know that. A lot of people go into, let's say, a relationship, for example, you and your partner are having a heated argument. If you know that there's a time and place for everything, then you would know that you don't really have to win the argument at that time. You can come back and make your point. So I think so like what you said, getting to know yourself and knowing when to react and when to, raise your point and, when to win your arguments is very, very important, because if you don't know that, then it's just going to be